this is not my typical. Usually I talk to you over my lunch break. So it's about 3 o'clock and I'm taking a really late lunch break. In fact, it's not really lunch at all. I just felt like it's a cold Iowa day and I felt like just a warm cup of coffee. So cheers to any of my friends who are on and having a warm cup of coffee on this short work week. So I wanted to have just a real friend-to-friend conversation. Like what kind of a conversation I would have with you if you were actually sitting in my living room with me, drinking. And I wanted to have a heart-to-heart chat because I know that the holidays are upon us. The holidays are upon us. And what I know about the holiday season is that there's a lot to do with family and hustle and bustle and stress. There's a lot to do with stress. It's not all the Hallmark family movies, right? And so because I care about stress and because I care about all of you, I wanted to talk a little bit about my very favorite part of what has become my life in terms of reducing stress. So many of you guys know that I am an active supplement taker. I'm an active supplement sharer. And so if that does not interest you in the least, as far as hearing from my heart today about that, you can just tune off right now and that will not hurt my feelings. You know, I have a fear. My fear is not that you're going to think I'm stupid. That's not my fear. My fear is not that you're going to argue with me or be combative. That's not my fear. My fear is that I don't have the words to adequately convey what this lifestyle change has done for me without coming across as an infomercial. That is my big fear. It is really hard to talk about something that has changed your life and convey it in actual words, in a way that does not sound salesy. But I'm going to ask you from the deep place within my own heart, please know that this is not about sales. In fact, there are thousands of Plexus sharers across the country, and I would be happy if you would purchase from any of them. Just purchase. So what in the world? Why do I say this? Why do I want to have this afternoon coffee conversation with you? You know, at the crux of believing in the importance of taking external supplements to do just that, supplement what is missing in the body. Vitamins, minerals, gut health. It requires for you, my viewers, to join me at a place of where my heart is. You see, I have come to understand that I am more than a little wackadoodle in the sense of I believe in things that a lot of people don't believe in. For instance, I believe that most things when it comes to our body and our well-being have to do with getting quiet and learning how to listen to our own internal rhythms, our own internal way that our body speaks with each of us. So for instance, I'm a big believer in listening to when my mind is racing. That probably tells me that I have too much on my plate. When I can't catch my breath, That's my body's way of communicating with me that maybe, just maybe, I need to slow down. I spend the bulk of my day working with children and their families, and working with families to understand that the natural way that the children respond to certain things is in fact their best way to communicate. I'm a believer in things that the way that my grandparents lived way back when on their farm probably were way more healthy than so many of the common ways that we live on a day-to-day basis. I believe in the power of food to be nutritional and medicinal, to serve as fuel for the body. I believe that things that are pure, things that come from less packaging from the store, that are made from plants and natural methods without artificial sweeteners, etc., are most likely going to be better for one's body. I believe there's a place for medicine, but I believe that we often go to the traditional medicinal route way faster than what we need to, because that there are in fact other more natural routes of treating the mind, the body, and the soul. So if you can join with me in any of those places, then maybe, just maybe, you're going to listen to my heart here about my supplements. So why in the world would I have you consider taking supplements, whether from me or from somebody else? Well, 3 things, guys. 3 things. And really the 3 things boil down to mainly one thing, if I'm really honest, from my clinician standpoint. 3 things. 1, hormones. A belief that most of the organisms, the organs, the structuring of our body, they're interconnected. They communicate with each other. They are a family system. And when one family system is out of whack, let's say hormones, when one hormone is out of whack, it has a carryover effect on all of the other hormones. When one is out of whack, they're all a little out of whack. So take, for instance, the fact that insulin is the granddaddy hormone in the body. Well, when insulin is out of balance, it's going to affect melatonin and sleep. It's going to affect cortisol and stress. It's going to affect estrogen and testosterone. And so, what I love is that I can take my supplements and it can help me balance it can help me balance my insulin. Even if I'm not prone to diabetes or hypoglycemia, I get one hormone in sync, the rest will start to follow. Gut health. Gut health. There's this connection between the gut and the brain. Most neurotransmitters are made in the gut. They're not made in the brain. And so when my gut's not healthy, which for about 60% of the United States, it's not healthy, that's going to have a major impact on my mental health. Also, if my gut bacteria, because we are made up of more bacteria than we are cells, if my bacteria is out of whack, it's going to have a direct link to most of my other bodily health. Gut health, it's that important. Things like being deficient on things like basic nutrients, like vitamin B12, like magnesium, these can have huge effects, again, on the mind, the body. It can mirror things like mental health issues, when in fact it's nutritional deficiency. So when I say when you start to give your body the basic nutrients that it needs, you start focusing on getting the insulin regulated, you focus on getting the gut fed well with good gut bacteria, and you decrease inflammation. And you guys, for any of us who are living in stress, whether it be financial stress, whether it be job stress, whether it be family stress, when we're swimming in stress, our body is going to become inflamed. Our immune system is going to take a hit. And overall, that's going to have an effect, on every part of our body. And so when we can give our body basic nutrients to help us combat and fight inflammation in our body, we're going to feel so much better. So 2 years into sharing these supplements, 13, almost 15 years of working full-time in the mental health profession, I have never been more proud of either of my professions. But I'm going to tell you, I have had hundreds of clients go to the doctor to get their prescription filled for psychotropic meds. And most of the time, the reports back I get are meh. Sometimes, In the 2 years that I have had people take supplements with my other job, I have people coming back to me with lab results that are changed, literally having lab results where their inflammation numbers are normal. They are off of pre-diabetic medication. People who thought they were on the cusp of Alzheimer's because of chronic brain fog and poor memory are now coming back saying, my memory is so sharp. I don't have to live in fear that I'm literally losing my mind. People coming back to me saying, I have struggled with low-grade depression forever and ever and ever, and for the first time in my life, I'm laughing like deep from within my gut. I don't know where you stand on the cusp of a holiday, but I know that there are friends and I know that there are watchers on this tape today who are struggling. You have gone to the doctor multiple times. You've been placed on many medications, or maybe you're struggling financially, just struggling paycheck to paycheck, and you don't talk about it with anybody because that's a topic we're not supposed to talk about. And you've thought about taking another job, but you don't want to be away from your kids. Maybe this person sitting across from you, who doesn't want to sound like an infomercial, maybe, just maybe, I've found something that honestly could truly help you. It would take patience. It would take a smidgen of belief. It would take a commitment to be consistent and to be coachable. This isn't about quick fixes. This isn't about miracles. This is about giving the body nutrients that it's lacking and the time that is required. Now, if that's maybe you or maybe someone that you love, I would be so honored if you would connect with me. Truly, I would be honored. I would be overjoyed to walk this walk with you, to answer your questions. I'm going to say, we're on the cusp of Thanksgiving, and so throughout this week, I'm going to be offering some some opportunities to try the products at a reduced cost. Because you know what? Once upon a time, I needed to take the products at a reduced cost. And so I would ask you to watch my page throughout this week. Talk with your loved ones. See if they would do this with you. And then don't let your pride get in the way. Because that usually is the biggest thing that gets in the way, pride, that says, it can't be that good, she must be crazy, what will people think? Here I am, just one person having coffee with you, asking for you to believe me. Because at the end of the day, there's a 60-day money-back guarantee. There's very little risk. I'd love you to think about it. Thanks, guys.